Hi folks, John Kitts here, playing Wurm, W-U-R-M. I don't know what specifically that's referring to, but it reminds me of Worm of the World. So, a complicated game. At least for me, it was difficult to get into because I didn't want to play multiplayer. So, as you see here, there are servers going on now that you could join, and there doesn't seem to be, well, there's 29 in Reverent, modded PvE and PvP. So, anyway, didn't want to join those. So I had to mess around and find my way into a single player. But before I do that, let's just hit the settings button, and you can see there are tons and tons of settings that you can work with. These are just general settings. Under the sound, for example, I could turn the music on and off. That's on, that's off. And of course, standard master volume, and there's combat sounds, etc. Doors opening and closing, footsteps, etc. And then there's graphics stuff, pretty legacy. Standard stuff, I went as high as I could and had no problems. So I would imagine no matter what computer you have, it would, because mine is kind of like a middle of the road advanced. So if you don't have a great graphics card, you could probably still do really well with this game. So that's all. Let's just save that and get it out of there. Now here's the thing you have to do. First of all, I clicked, I'm not sure how important this is, but I clicked on use dedicated server, and it loaded the program necessary for that. So I have that one clicked. So then you have to go into manage local server, and it's going to run through some stuff here, and up pops this. And from here you can just start right away. But what I have had to do, various settings on this first one here, you pretty much leave this alone because I played around with that stuff once before and got really messed up. And same with advanced server settings, but this is the big one here, the gameplay tweaks. So the skill game multipliers, stuff like you may have seen before. Let me see if I can come down. Fighting skill value. And if you hover over it, it does give you a quick description. Affects start value of overall fighting skill. Combat modifier versus creatures. I have it set at 10. I don't remember what the default is. Etc. Now, here's where it used to be a problem, but it seems that they've addressed it. The maximum number of creatures. I used to, because there always seemed to be far too many aggressive creatures around, I used to set this really low and that really low, but it didn't seem to have an effect. There was always tons of creatures still around and tons of aggressive creatures. So, but now it seems to be better. I have maximum creatures set at 10,000, and of those, the aggressive ones are only 1%. So there should be in all of the map, and it's a large map, only 100 aggressive creatures. So that just gives a little edge, but doesn't get in the way of the kind of gameplay I like, which is creating, exploring, etc. Now, next step down is in mining. If you leave that at default, you're going to, when you get into a mine, you're going to take your pick and you're going to be pounding there for an hour before you make any minor progress. So I've reduced that, so the minimum number of hits is 5, which means that in order to make a step forward, it's usually between 5 and 10. These other things I haven't really delved deeply into, so I would just leave those, and you can explore those if you want. Big thing being, for me at least, number of creatures, percentage of aggressive creatures, and the mining. So I didn't change anything, so I just come right back here, and I don't know, this might put you on online and someone could join you, I'm not sure, but that's the one I always click anyway, and no one's joined me. So and in creative mode, yes, that's the other big thing, because trying to see, it's not just the name. Oh, it says right there, creative mode, sorry. There is the adventure mode, and that starts you with a populated populated map, and it's pretty much the same. It's just that it seems that the number of creatures that I ran into there was higher than I expected, and the number of aggressive creatures was a lot higher, so I don't think that the adjustment we made over here applies when you're in adventure mode. So in creative mode, it seems that it does work, so that's what we set it up to. So let's just click on start. So it sets up this little local server. And there we go. Now it's set up. So what you have to do next is come back over to here and go over to LAN. Okay, and there's our server that we just set up. Now I'm already in this server. This is not brand new. In fact, I've built up a little bit of experience, and I had a camp which was good for getting started, but I'm at the level where I want to start building a house and planting fields and that sort of thing, and the terrain wasn't good for that. So I traveled, and I'll show you the map in a minute, to a new area that I was vaguely familiar with, but does have some areas that are more conducive to what I want to do. So that being said, I click on that, and then I click on connect, and it's going to load into where we are heading. Okay, any second now, there we are. Okay, and here we are in game. Now you can see there are some animals. I think there's a dog over there, yes, and a bull there, and adolescent brown cow. So those are non-aggressive creatures, those that can be tamed actually and used to do things like pull wagons, etc. Okay, so trying to decide where to go and what to do at this point. Alright, but you have to set up right at first. If you're starting a new game, you'll find in here, you won't see them here now, you'll find a shield and a longsword. So you have to equip those. And make sure you do that, because if you do run into an aggressive creature, you'll end up fighting with a shovel or something rather than with a sword. So you would right click on, say, the sword, for example, and it would give you the option to equip. So I have, this is an option you have to set in the settings to show you your what you have on your bodies you're carrying. So on your torso and left shoulder, or maybe it's left arm. So you can see there I have my shield right there. It's equipped, and I wanted to bring it over to here. So you just drag that, so that's sort of like a quick menu for those two things. And so that's the left, and the right I will have my sword here somewhere. The right hand item is my long sword. So I'm just going to put that over there. Then you right click on that and click Save Tool Belt. If you don't do that, it doesn't save it. So you have to do it for each one. You can't just do 3 or 4 levels at once and expect them to change, because they will, or expect them to save, because they just won't. You have to, on each level you go to, you have to click that. So what else do we have here to talk about? Yeah, alright, let's start here. What I want to do is, it's starting to get to be nighttime, so I might have to adjust that later on, but one of our early goals is to make a mine in order to tunnel, or make a tunnel in order to mine some iron and other minerals for later on. But iron is the first important thing you need, because you need to build things like, or make nails to create a wagon to, or a cart to help you drag things around. But we'll get to that. But first, let's talk about the what these squares are you see highlighted here. And each one of these squares, the border, I don't know if I ever tried to do anything, but it does give you information if you're looking at that. Now on this border you see it's a slope of 9, which means that that corner up there is 9 levels higher than the corner that I'm standing on. And as I move towards that, and right now you see it's slope up. If I get to the other corner, now it's sloped down. So what and this slope is 1 level down that way. But what I want to do, first of all, is start leveling this area off so I can lay my, I can put the tent down, I think it needs to be level, I'm not sure. But I want to start leveling this stuff off so I can get a workspace, eventually make some fields, and that sort of thing. So first of all, let's take this as our starting level, okay? So we will go up to this corner up here, and you see it's sloping down by 9. So I have my shovel already selected. If you don't want to click it that way, you can double click. Let's close this out. Say I want to use a hammer or the hatchet, I just double click that. And now that's selected. You see that's not there, but if I come back down or there, you can see it's selected there. So what we want to do is take the shovel and clicking here, and now you see here one of the options is to dig. I could flatten, which would keep the slope at level it off so that it's a gradual slope on both sides. I can still drink some water from here, even though I'm not showing water on this one. Let's just click on that. And now I've drunk some water, and you see over here in this blue area, it's filled up. Now, food. Okay, if you're low on food, your energy, your stamina goes down quickly. If you're low on water, it doesn't recover as fast as you want it to. So keep that in mind. I think that's how it works. That's my impression of it anyway. So we're here. We want to dig. So I was hoping it would make the digging sound. It's not loaded yet. Oh, there we go. Try to ignore that. Okay, you can only do 3, you can stack 3 activities at once. It's really slow. I don't know why that's so slow. But, okay, so now you see I've collected 2 dirt. Thought I would have collected 3. What's going on here? Alright, let's try that 3 more times. Anyway, that's faster. I don't know why it was slow before, but there you go. Okay, over here you see I've collected 5 dirt. Now, this game is not happy with you carrying a whole lot of stuff. So right now I've got 5 dirt and I'm weighted, my inventory is weighted at 116 grams or pounds, whatever unit is valuable to you. So you see I'm moving now very slowly. So what I want to do, I don't want to dump dirt right here, because that's going to, this corner and this corner are connected. So if you dump dirt here, or you dump dirt there, or take it away, it happens here and there as well. So I'm going to carry this dirt down to this corner here. So now you see the same thing. It's up, sloping up by 11. So I right click here, come down to drop. I can just drop it on the ground, or I can make a pile. Dropping it on the ground is the one I want, so I'm going to raise the ground level by 5 right here. I just did that. Now you see it's only, I got this right click issue. You can see that it's raised up by, or now it's sloped by 6, raised up by 5. So it looks flatter than I expected. Anyway, okay, let's come back up here to where we were before. And now you see we're sloping down. Or get a little closer. I must have dug too much. Actually, we could probably lower this. Anyway, so let's lower this by 2. And so now we're sloping down by 3, or lower this by 3 then. Okay, 1, 2, 3. In a second there it's going to say flat. So now this edge of this square is flat all along here, and it's sloping up towards this direction. So I want to lower this by 3, but I can only carry 2 more. So we'll do that. We will dig down. We can only dig down 2 because we can only carry 2 more. Okay, there we go. And now you see I'm only sloping down by 1, so let's go dump this could dump it there, it doesn't matter because I want to bring this whole thing up. There's an easier way of doing this, but you have to level one of them first. So let me right click there, drop on ground. Now I'm down by 4. Excuse me, my voice is not holding up here. So we just want to take down 1. So now that's flat, and this one over here is flat. All we're worried about now is this corner up here, which is up by 3. So it's sloping down from this corner by 3. And I can dig down 3. So one more and we're flat. Now you can see if I hover over here, this whole area is flat. I should point out that if you're not equipping the shovel, you're not going to see this information. It might be with pick, I can't remember. Yeah, the pick will show you, but if you have, say, the hatchet, it doesn't tell you this stuff anymore. So just remember to equip the shovel or the pick in order to get the information we want. Now, I should point out too that in order to move around, you're holding down the leftmost button, or you can use the E and Q keys. There is a freemost, I can't remember what to press in order to get to that. Anyway, so we still want to bring this up by 3. So we just want to drop 3 this time. So let's open this up. Well, I could drop 4 and dig one up, but we're going to drop 1 at a time. Okay, so now we're flat here. Just a sec, I gotta clear my throat a bit. Hold on. I'll take a sip of my refreshment here. Okay, hopefully that'll last me a little bit longer. Alright, so now we come over here. We got 1 left. So we have to come up by 3. This is going to give me an opportunity to show you something in a second here. Okay, now we need to come up 2 more and get this flat and level with this one. Now this one's flat. Now, because we're on flat ground, we can now use a function or activity called leveling, which now shows up here because I'm on flat ground. So if I just click that, I don't have to go on the digging thing and digging each corner. It's going to keep digging until either I'm carrying too much or this whole thing is level with the one I'm standing on. Okay, right now I have 3 in my inventory. I'm going to put it, now it's 4. So when it gets to 5, it's not going to be able to add more, but it doesn't stop right away. And try one more dig, but then it tells you I can't carry anymore. So I'll keep that in mind in a second. Now, come back over here, as this one's not flat. So all I have to do now is click on that one because I'm standing on level ground. You can see it's got the level thing here. So I just click on that and it's going to unload the ones that I have and put it over there. If, you see how to describe that. Finish? Oh yeah, so now you see that one's flat. If this one, let's say this corner over here was higher than what I'm at, and this corner over here was lower than the one I'm on, and I click that and hit level, it would take the dirt from here and put it over there, and wouldn't even touch what's in your inventory until it's required. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now let's keep digging this away, and it's up to 7 in that corner. That one's already flat, and this is flat, so everything's going to come off that corner. So we click level, and it starts digging again. It takes a moment to calculate, I think, and then it starts digging. So, the fact that I'm on this square, the one I'm standing on, it is flat. Okay, that's 5 in inventory. I can work on this corner, but I can also work on this one over here. So let's just try that. I click on that, and I click on level, and it's going to, these two borders are flat, so it's going to put everything down over there. And it might actually level this one off this time in one shot. Okay, see, now that's flat. So it's flat, that's flat. This one still needs to come down 5 more. And let's just do that and kind of lower this off a bit. Okay, here's go. Anyway, all right, let's do this one first. This one first. Okay, I'm going to click on that, and that's going to lower that to 5, so that's going to be flat in a minute, so I can handle all that dirt. This is actually an incredible game once you get into it. Very complex statistics and running the thing in the background. For example, every time I use that shovel, see over here, damage, it starts to wear out. So you got to keep an eye on that, because if it gets to, I'm not sure what the worst damage is, but if you let it get all the way, you lose that shovel, and you have to make another one, which hopefully by that point you've acquired the iron, etc. Okay, okay, all this area now is flat, but I want to say I want to work on that area over there. I don't have to get any closer, but I will now. You can see it's up 17 on that slope, and down 20 on that slope. This one's flat because it's connected there, and it's down 3 over there. Now, when I click on the level button, which I will in a second, it's not going to take dirt out of here right away. It's going to start digging the dirt from over there and putting it down there, unless that happens to be solid rock, in which case it's going to tell me that to stop. So let's hit that. It's doing its own little calculations. If I let it go, it would take a minute and a half. But it's probably going to start, oh shoot. It's going to stop there because I can't carry more. So it's leveled this off to my level, what I'm standing on. But at that point it would have started taking stuff from there and putting it in my inventory. But I don't have any space in my inventory. So let's come down here and start. That's a long way down. Same with that one, I suppose. Now it's only 9 on that side. So I'm on flat ground here, right? So I can just click here and do my little level bit here, and it'll empty this. Empty it 2 at a time because it lowers to both corners at the same time. Okay, so now I'm empty here. Now I can just come back over here, click level again, and it will start lowering that corner again. Now, just so it doesn't take that last little couple of seconds to decide that my inventory is full and you can't put any more there, as soon as I get to 5 here, I'm going to hit the escape key, and it'll stop right away, so it doesn't take that extra half second or so, or a couple of seconds to decide you can't go any further. Okay, so now I'm just lowering it there. Just going to finish this one off, and I'll show you. We're already up to 30 minutes. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop here in a second after I finish this one off. Continue that. So actually, this is going to level off before this one does. So I can probably add some more to this one over here. There's a ton more stuff to show you, so it's not like I'm going to have a long video here and a short next time. Okay, so that's up to 5. I hit the escape key, click back over here, hit level again. So now it's taking it out of my inventory, putting it over there. Okay, it's going to take one more, and now this one's going to be flat. Oh no, it's not. Still got 8 on this corner down here. Okay, so let's do this one more time. There's only 4 left off this corner. Okay, so now see here it says it's flat. This one's a long way yet from being flat, but the advantage of this is, okay, it's filling up this corner, but it's also filling up this corner here, so I won't have to put as much into leveling this one up. Let's turn around here so you see, but it's still going to need 13 loads to fill up that corner. Okay, so that empties out my inventory. Okay, it's still going to need 4 more. But, okay, I'm going to stop this video because I think by the looks of that one, I'm just guessing, we're going to reach bedrock here in this corner, maybe even this one. If that happens, we might go the next one up. If you dig all of the ground off each one of these corners so that it's completely empty, you hit bedrock the whole thing, at which point you can start digging a tunnel underneath all of that, and then you'll find your iron sources, sandstone, copper, all the various things. Sorry, I'm a little kink in my knee here. Okay, anyway, yes, what I'm saying is, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you want to support the channel, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully if you want to see more of this one, well, the thumbs up button would help you in that as well, or leave a comment saying do any more of those, or do some more of those, and we'll see how it goes. So until next time, please do take care.